Hey guys, welcome back. So today I'm going to be doing a Fenty Beauty review. Hope you guys enjoy this video. It's going to be pretty short and simple. Let's begin. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to talk about is the primer. Didn't get any highlights or anything like that, so that's that. I did end up getting the primer, which is this one right here, and this is the Pro Filter Instant Retouch Primer. And I want to say the primer, it's a really good primer. It comes with 1.08 fluid ounce. It looks like this. It has a pump. I don't feel like it's drying or anything. It does feel like you're putting a little bit of lotion. That's how it feels like. I don't like any type of silicone primers because they don't help my skin in the longevity of the foundation, and I get really oily with silicone. The fact that this is not like that, I really appreciate that. The product itself, like I mentioned previously, it does feel like you're putting on a moisturizer, which is really nice. It's kind of like refreshing a little bit. I don't feel like it did anything for my skin as far as blurring out my pores or anything like that. It doesn't feel tacky, it doesn't feel dry, it doesn't feel like it's tugging on your skin or anything. And I do like, yeah, the primer itself, I mean, it's nothing special, at least for me. And sometimes I do wear primers with foundation, sometimes I don't, and the reason for that, I do forget sometimes, and sometimes I just don't want to put primer. I don't have to say much about it, but yeah, that's that. Moving on to the foundation itself. The foundation comes in this packaging right here, 1.08 fluid ounce, which is the same as the primer. It has almost the same packaging except for the top. It comes with a pump. I'm in the shade 300. When I looked online, I was going to get 290, which was kind of like an olive undertone. It was completely sold out. Couldn't get my hands on it. I got the shade 300, which I think it's a medium with neutral undertone. Usually I go for olive or neutral undertone because I feel like with neutral I can go ahead and get away with it. That's why I decided to get the shade 300, and this is the Pro Filter Soft Matte Long Wear Foundation. So I think it's pretty self-explanatory when it comes to the finish of the foundation. It's a soft matte finish. It's not completely matte. My favorite foundation when it comes to matte or mattifying the face, it's the Double Wear from Estee Lauder and the Hourglass. Those two are kind of like my holy grail foundation. Like right now I am wearing a foundation. I've been wearing the foundation about 4 hours. Right now it's 10:30 in the morning. I put on my face the foundation about 5:30, 5:40-ish in the morning. The shade 300, I think it matches me pretty good. I don't see any flashback or anything. It doesn't come with SPF or anything like that. On myself, on my skin, I do notice that it does go a shade, maybe half a shade darker than what it is and like what it is in the bottle. The foundation, the color can be a little bit deceiving because the bottle, it might be a little bit frosted and it might look like it's a little bit lighter, but once you swatch it, that's the true color you're gonna get. It does dry pretty fast, so you have to work really fast and in section. Usually I like to do half of my face first and just blend everything out really quickly. It does dry to like a, you know, like a soft matte finish, not completely matte, and I didn't notice that it emphasized my pores or my fine lines. Like I said, I have large pores around this area, and that's where I noticed that whether a foundation is going to work on me or not. Other thing, I've been wearing the foundation for about a week and a half almost. I use this foundation with a beauty blender, like a sponge, whatever sponge it is, and my brush. I feel like the price is just perfect. You're not gonna feel guilty if you spend like $30-something or more on a foundation. This is $34. I feel like for the price, it's a very reasonable price for a celebrity makeup line or like a high-end makeup line. I didn't feel my face itchy. I didn't feel my face tight. As soon as you apply the foundation, it doesn't feel like you're wearing anything. You know, where you're talking, sometimes you feel like your face is a little bit tight, tugging. I don't feel anything with this foundation. And I feel like for some reason with the primer, do get more oily than without it. So for that, what I like to do is use my Too Faced setting mist before I apply the Fenty Beauty foundation. I noticed with that setting spray, it does help with the longevity of the foundation. I don't get extremely oily. I haven't blotted or anything, so this is what I look like after I've been wearing the foundation for about 4 hours. This one, it does, I mean, it's not gonna soak up your oils completely, but it's not gonna look extremely matte or anything, and it's not gonna look extremely oily. If I have to rate it, I will definitely have to give it an 8 out of 10 just because of the longevity of the foundation. That it does transfer. I did notice that it does transfer just a little bit. So yeah, and whenever I want to blot, obviously over the tissue paper or something, I just grab a tissue, and I did notice, you know, foundation coming off. Now that we're talking about blotting, the Invisimatte blotting powder, I mean, it's a really nice powder. I don't feel like it, you know, gave you any flashback or anything. This is how it looks like. I haven't used the sponge. What I like to use is a Wet n Wild brush. So yeah, what I like to do is, might as well just use it right now, right? Dab a little bit here, and because this is where I get, you know, a lot of oil. I didn't feel like this powder was moving my foundation. You know how some powders kind of like, you know, move your foundation around, especially like around your nose area and your cheek area. This powder didn't do that. So yeah, that's how the powder looks like. It is very fine. It's not like chalky. It's not, you know, super powdery or anything. It didn't give you, like I said, it doesn't give you any flashback. It's a really nice powder, and definitely I'm going to keep this one just because I want to carry something in my purse whenever I don't have like tissue paper or blotting powder. Usually I like to, you know, use tissue paper like Kleenex, stuff like that, just to blot. I don't like to put any more loose powder on my face because, like I said, I am extremely oily and I do have big pores around this area. If I put a lot of powder, it is going to emphasize that. So yeah, definitely this one, I mean, I do like it. It's a keeper. The other one that I picked up, it's the Fenty gloss. I am wearing the gloss right now. This is the Gloss Bomb Universal Lip Luminizer. It does taste like fruit, like what do you call it, candy, and it smells like Skittles. So if you don't like that, yeah, you're not gonna like it. And the reason that I like the sponge, the applicator, it's because you don't have to dip into the tube to get more product, like one little, you know, and you just apply it and it's just going to cover your almost your entire lip. That's the lip gloss that I'm wearing right now. I mean, it is going to give you that shine. To have pigmented lips, it is going to emphasize your lip color a little bit more because it is kind of like a mauvey, rosy, dusty color. It does have a little bit of shimmer, and that's okay with me because I love shimmer on the lips. So yeah, this one, it's definitely a keeper. It is very it's not sticky, you know, when you're talking, like you cannot see lines like gooiness or anything like that. I hate that. This is definitely going into my purse. Yeah, these two are definitely a keeper. The foundation, it is a keeper. I really enjoy the foundation. As far as the primer, I mean, I can go ahead and live without the primer. I mean, if you want to go ahead and get a new primer and just try it out, you can do so, but on myself, I just didn't feel like it did anything or it helped the foundation wear longer. So yeah, that's my mid review for the foundation. I do like it, and definitely give it a try. I mean, 40 shades. Hopefully you can go ahead and find your shade. For me, it was very kind of like difficult to look for my shade, but I always look at the undertone. On myself, I'm like a NC40 and NC42 on a good summer day. Usually everything, I have like different colors all over my body because I expose just certain parts of my body, photograph really well. And yeah, so that's my mid review for the Fenty Beauty, and I hope you guys enjoy this video, and thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.